So there was some big news on CNBC today. Sagar Sarabhai, I hope I pronounced the name correctly. He's the head of regulatory relations for Asia, Pacific, and the Middle East at Ripple. He said that the firm, meaning Ripple, is making significant headway with the xRapid product, which is aimed at helping banks speed up transactions by using the cryptocurrency XRP. He was quoted as saying, I am very confident that in the next 1 month or so, you will see some good news coming in where we launch the product live in production. This is what he said on an interview today with CNBC. Now, Ripple is a complete solution that has really never been seen before in our global monetary system. Ripple is a true game changer that is going to unseat SWIFT, provide banks with instant liquidity, and will allow beneficiaries, individual and corporate, to move money to receivers without delay and without trepidation. Ripple is just getting started. xCurrent's been implemented. xVia is getting ready to go live. Today they announced that xRapid will go live within the next month or so. Things are beginning to move. Things are beginning to heat up. Ripple, the XRP Ledger, and XRP, the Digital Asset, are gearing up for a complete transformation of our global monetary exchange, which will reverberate through the banks, consortiums, central banks, corporations, and yes, even governments. The Ripple ecosystem solution is offering far more than any other ledger-based solution that at this point can offer, and the Ripple solution is really on the precipice to revolutionize the global economy. Now, over the course of 3 videos, we're really going to dig in and discuss the Ripple solution that's going to transform global banking. Now, this is a full solution that incorporates 3 important components: xCurrent, xVia, and xRapid. Hi, this is Jeff with the HODL Report. Join me on today's video as we explore the game-changing technology of Ripple, and today we're going to discuss xCurrent. If you like today's video, please give a thumbs up, leave some comments below, and please remember to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into xCurrent. xCurrent is the first global real-time gross settlement system that enables banks to message, clear and settle their transactions with increased speed, transparency, and efficiency. The xCurrent software was designed to work with a bank's existing infrastructure, so this really helps the implementation process as it limits the hardware costs, limits the onboarding costs, the learning curve as banks move to implement the xCurrent platform. Now, there are 4 primary components to xCurrent. They have the messenger component, the validator component, the ILP component, and the FX ticker. Now, let's start with Messenger. Messenger provides a highly secure and transparent bidirectional messaging between Bank A, which would be the beneficiary or the receiving party, and Bank B, which is the originating bank or the sender. The messages sent include important transaction information to include KYC, which is Know Your Customer, AML, which is anti-money laundering, overall risk information. It has the transaction fees. It has FX rates, which would be the foreign currency exchange rates, if applicable to the transaction. It includes payment details and also includes the expected time of delivery of the funds. Now, the details sent do provide full transparency, and in fact, if any information is incorrect, both parties will be alerted prior to the transaction going through. Transactions can then also be searched at any time there's a payment ID that's assigned from initiation of payment request to the receipt of payment. Okay, now the second component is the validator. So the validator confirms the success or failure of the payment transaction. The validator uses what is referred to as single source of truth, or SSOT. SSOT assures that data is stored only once and that all parties are using the same data, which then also secures the payment data privacy, which is very important. So this is the validator part of the entire process. Now you have the ILP ledger. The ILP is set up to be a sub-ledger of a bank's general ledger. It's used to track the credits, the debits, and the liquidity across the transacting parties. The ILP will assure that regardless of the number of parties involved in a transaction, that the transactions will settle instantly or they won't settle at all. So what this is actually referred to as an atomic transaction, and the definition of atomic transactions is an atomic transaction is an indivisible and irreducible series of database operations such that either all occur or nothing occurs. And this is how the ILP tracks the transactions. They're either all going to settle or they're not settling at all. Then finally, the fourth component is the FX ticker. This is the foreign exchange ticker. So this provides exchange rate between any pair of ledgers. So this is also the exchange of the ledgers as well as fiat currency. Keeps track of account, currency, and authentication details. Coordinates the transfers on the ILP ledger for settlement, ensures the validity of an FX quote, and transfers the payment amount to the beneficiary bank's ILP. So each component does have a lot of involvement in the overall process, and each component is very important, and each component is very unique to what else the other solutions that are out there, like with Swift, or even with their new up-and-coming GPI software platform. Now, xCurrent is in use in well over 100 banks worldwide, some big well-known banks, and this list is growing on a regular basis. The bank in Saudi Arabia was recently added. We know American Express, we know SBI, and the list goes on and on. Now, through the xCurrent solution, banks are experiencing lower operational costs, providing software to facilitate real-time payments. xCurrent solution offers a secure direct connect between banks, so banks can maintain control over their customers' data. It doesn't get to the third party, and definitely doesn't get to Ripple. Banks will have full transparency over all fees, allowing the banks to accurately quote total cost of sending payments. And another very important component is that banks maintain full responsibility of KYC, which is Know Your Customer, and AML, which is anti-money laundering. These are government compliance requirements, so these will remain unchanged. This is what the banks are normally used to keeping compliance for. So that is unchanged within the Ripple and the xCurrent platform. Now, payment data that is transacted through xCurrent is fully secured, and it's only shared between banks when needed, protecting customer information. So today we covered xCurrent. It was brief, I hope to the point. I was trying to provide an easy to understand summary of what xCurrent is. There's so much involved in Ripple with xCurrent, xVia, and xRapid. Things are really heating up right now. xRapid is going to be going live soon. I wanted to cover all three of them over the course of the next few videos, and I think it's important that we're going to really understand what Ripple is, because then on my follow-up fourth video, we're really going to dig in and get a better understanding of what Ripple is going to be doing globally. So on the next video, we're going to be discussing xVia. If you enjoyed today's video, please give a thumbs up, leave some comments below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And a quick disclaimer before we sign off: I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving any financial advice or investment advice. All opinions expressed on this channel, on today's video, are my own opinions. But if I am going to offer you any advice, then let it be this: do your own research, invest only what you can afford to lose, invest only what you want to invest in, and don't buy or sell based on the FUD or FOMO that's spread online or on the media. I look forward to seeing you on my next video, and in the meantime, keep on hodling your crypto.